Welcome back to another video, YouTube. We're going to go ahead and jump straight into the video. Today my client is doing a high taper and he's going to cut down the top. So I went ahead and cut down the top with the 1.5 guard closed. Obviously I washed the hair before I did this step, so make sure your client's hair is free of grease. You don't want to run your hair through greasy or hair that has old product in it. So make sure the hair is clean, and we're just gonna go with the grain here and get everything all even and nice. So we're gonna start with the guideline. We're gonna start at the bottom tip of the hairline, and then we're just gonna bring it up almost to the top of his ear in a diagonal form, as you can see right here. And we're just gonna clean up around that area, get everything nice and even. And then we're gonna start with our first guideline with the lever open. We're gonna go up about 1/2 inch from that bottom guideline, following the same pattern and shape as the first guideline we made. And just make sure you have your comb in the other hand, brushing everything down just to keep everything organized and you can see what you're doing. Then we're gonna go in with our 1 guard, lever open as well, and we're gonna go up about a whole inch this time. So we can come in behind that, and that new line that we made, we're gonna take that line out with the 0.5 guard halfway. Here we have the 0.5 guard, and we're just gonna flick at that new line that we created with the 1 guard. In between the 1 guard and the lever open is a line that we created. So we're just gonna use the 0.5 guard halfway just to flick at that line. Be gentle with it. All you have to do is use your wrist, use the corner of the blade, and that line will automatically fade out. Here we're gonna go in with the 1.5 guard. We're just gonna kind of debulk the top. We're just blending the top into that faded area that we created. We're just gonna use the 1.5 guard to blend that in kinda, and then we're gonna go behind it with the 1 guard as well, halfway, to finish out that blend. And here we have the 1 guard. We're just flicking at that line just to fade that line out, using the corner of our blade and making sure we comb the hair back down as we go along with this haircut. And here I'm just playing with the lever. As y'all can see, I closed it because the line still was there even with the lever halfway. So make sure you guys are just playing around with the lever just to be able to achieve that fade and achieve that perfect blend that we're looking for. I can't tell you exactly when or when not to close or open the lever. This is the part where mastering the blade and mastering the clipper comes into play. And here you see I threw the 0.5 guard on it. I believe I have the lever open on this part because in that area his hair just growing a whole bunch of different directions, so I just want to make sure like everything's blended and everything's blended and consistent, and just playing around with the lever. And then we're going to take off that bottom guideline with the lever halfway. No guard on this time. We're just going to flick around that bottom line with the lever halfway, and then we're going to close it to completely take the line out. Again, just make sure you're using the corner of the blades and just flicking at that line. We don't want to dig in too deep. We let the blade and the basically just let the clipper do its job. You don't have to do the job for it. And I didn't speed this part up just to show you guys the patience I have when it comes to attacking these fades. And you guys can do the same thing. Now we're gonna jump into the fade of the beard. It's literally the exact same steps. I'm still gonna walk you guys through it. But that first guideline I put, as you can see, I put it almost in the middle of his ear. Then I took the one guard and just kind of debulked it just a little bit so I can see what I'm doing better. Then I took the lever open with no guard, went up about only half an inch, took off about a half an inch of that top line. Repeatedly going over and making sure everything's even. And then I'm going to put the one guard on it, take that up about a whole inch this time so I can have some room to go behind it with the 0.5 guard. The same thing I did with a taper. And as you can see here, I have the 0.5 guard on it with the lever halfway. And as you can see, the fade is already coming together. Then I'm going to go ahead and take out that first guideline, playing with the lever, open halfway, close, until that line is completely gone. Then again, I went in with the 1.5 guard. Just debulking it, fading it, blending it into that area that we faded. And then we're gonna go back to the 1.5 guard, this time with the lever halfway, and just taking out that line that we created. So all we're doing essentially with these guards, you guys, are just taking out the line, fading it and blending it. As you can see, I've been using mainly the guards halfway. If anything, you could complete this phase with the guards halfway. Whatever works for you. Practice takes perfect. The more you're doing it, the more comfortable you get around with what works for you. And then I just went back in, detail work, no lever this time. Just, like I said, playing around with the lever, playing around with the clipper. And for the back of the head, guys, it's the exact same steps as the side taper and the beard. I am going to tell you guys why I did put the guideline so far up. Because when I put it up there, it takes away from his neck looking so long. If I was to put the starting guideline all the way at the bottom. Plus, this is a high taper, so you want to take it up just a little bit. But when it comes to the length of my client's neck, to shorten it, I had to take off a little bit more here than I typically would, just to give, and that's just barber knowledge, of the barber's eye, if you would say. I felt like it was better for my client appearance wise, so that's why I just took that initiative and went ahead and did that. But yeah, you guys, it's exact same steps. So y'all just watch this part and try to quiz yourself. Try to see if you can guess what guard comes next. Guess how far up I went, or just really pay attention. Quiz yourself to see if you've been paying attention, or just to see if you learning anything as you're following along in this video.
That's my bad boy.
So I like to do this step with all my short hair waiver clients. I'm using olive oil mousse. I'm going to give a couple of sprays around the head and then spray it with water just to dampen it a little bit. And then I'm going to brush it across the hair in wave pattern. And then I'm going to go behind it with the blow dryer with hot heat, just to kind of dry it up a little bit right before I put the do-rag on. And then when I lay the do-rag on, of course, I take care of everything else. So I start to line up his beard, his mustache, and make sure his face is clean. While I'm doing that, the do-rag and the hair under it is marinating together. When attacking the beard lineup, just be sure to follow, the guideline that's already there. Don't try to push anyone back. And some clients might tell you to dig into their beard, bring it down a little bit. But for my client's sake, I'm going to keep his beard as high as possible, to his natural length, of course. And yeah, so this part is just sped up, guys. I will give you guys a couple words of encouragement as you're watching this video. It doesn't happen overnight. Stay encouraged, stay consistent, stay motivated. It took me, I've been cutting hair for about 7 years now, and I am still a student of the game. I know I'm able to help those that are still in the beginning stage, but I am still a learner myself. But I am glad that I'm able to help those that I can with my videos, and just to spread and give knowledge to what I know currently and what I will know in the future as I learn as I go. So just stay consistent, you guys. Stay encouraged, and don't give up. Whatever you do not give up, because then you'll never know how far you could have got. So stay encouraged. If you're finding my videos helpful, make sure to hit that subscribe button as well. I'm gonna be more consistent. I'm gonna play my role and be more consistent with the videos I drop, with the tutorials, and the explanations that I'm giving you guys in this tutorial. So before I begin my lineups, I always like to double check my lineups, take a step back, and just check out my client's hairline to see which side, if he has any, has the lightest side. And then I want to start in the middle and go to the lightest side first. So either my left or the right, and then bring it back to the other side and match it. And that's how I achieve the perfect natural hairline before I throw enhancements on it. Remember, guys, I always love to say, enhancements are a want, never a need. You never want to cover up a mistake with enhancements. And this, guys, is how my client came in.
That's Mamba Boy.
And he is leaving out a brand new man. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. And also to leave a comment, anything. I will respond in the comments below. Thank you so much.